Hey, hi. So I want to talk about Megyn Kelly, Mean Girl Media, and the clickbait trap.
This is the Elsa Show.
And I want to start by giving respect where it's due. This is not a Megyn Kelly takedown, as if I could. I've admired Megyn Kelly professionally for years. She is not a lightweight by any means. She was an attorney before she went into journalism. She built a serious career at Fox News. She hosted America Live and The Kelly File. She has moderated major presidential debates, and then she moved to NBC, and she built her own independent media company and one of the biggest podcasts in the country. It is talent, discipline, brains, grit, and a spine made of steel. And as someone on the lowest rung of the tier of independent media, I respect the daylights out of all of that. She has what a lot of us are building towards: independence and executive control, a loyal audience and financial success, and the freedom to say what she actually thinks, which is why this recent shift bothers me. And believe me, it's not because I think Megyn Kelly needs my approval. She does not, nor do I think she would care in the slightest what I have to say. But because someone that smart, that skilled, that capable starts drifting into the look at her face, look at her body, look how bad she looks kind of commentary, I think it's fair to ask, what are you doing here, Megyn? All right, so the question in my mind is this like commentary, or is this just some mean girl?
I don't care. Regina, please! Regina, stop! Do you know what everyone says about you? They say that you're a homeschooled jungle freak who's a less hot version of me.
Kind of mentality. Here's the clip.
Less hot than ever.
Who's a less hot version of me?
I would say, and less blonde than ever. Depends on the course of her, movie career or TV show she's on. But she was speaking. This is on Friday, so days ago, at the San Francisco International Film Festival. And this picture of her, and video too, it's from a video, has gone everywhere because it looks like, here's the before 8 years ago, and there's the after on the right. And people are saying, oh, it's the camera angle. I mean, there's a video. I watched the video. She looks skeletal. She looks like she should go into the hospital right now, because she looks like a corpse with the very sullen eyes, like the eyeballs sticking out the way they do on a true anorexic there's nothing left but skin and bones. And that's what her face looks like, just skin and bones and absolutely no fat, which you do need for beauty. She's just the latest example, like, of the people. I don't know if she's on Ozempic. She certainly looks like she's on Ozempic. And there appear to be some people in Hollywood who can take Ozempic and look good. Like, I don't know, I'm assuming all of the Kardashians. And then there are these people who I probably had an eating disorder anyway, you know what I mean? And for whom this drug has allowed them to take it to a place that is truly sick. This is just my opinion. I have no confirmation she's doing any of this, but the drastic transformation of this woman is shocking.
Okay, so let's talk about that. There is a real conversation to be had about Hollywood, extreme thinness, celebrity weight loss drugs, Ozempic culture, and the message that it sends to women and girls. And I've even had that conversation myself. When Ariana Grande appeared extremely frightfully thin, I commented on it. And naturally, the internet acted like I kicked a puppy. And how dare I? But listen, that topic is fair game. Celebrity culture does influence women. It influences girls. And it influences beauty standards. And when public figures appear to be promoting or normalizing something that looks unhealthy, we're allowed to talk about it. The issue is not the topic. The issue is the tone. Because when the whole point becomes, look how awful she looks, that's not cultural commentary anymore. That's just cruelty. And we all know the difference, guys. And I know you're going to say, oh, but you make fun of Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi and other political figures. That is parody and satire. And they have a way bigger target than somebody's cheekbones. If I'm mocking these people, the joke is about the incompetence and the corruption and the hypocrisy and the absurd ideology and the bad leadership and the ridiculous theater of politics. That's satire. It uses humor to expose something. But mocking a woman's physical appearance just to mock it, that doesn't expose much except maybe our own appetite for cheap entertainment. Oh, and Olivia Wilde actually addressed the whole picture in video with a lot more grace than most people would have.
Olivia Wilde, do you care to address recent rumors that you're a resurrected corpse?
No, it's startling. It's a startling image. It was a fisheye lens and not I don't know why I was so close to the camera. I didn't have to be. That's not the truth.
She looks pretty normal in her response video, and I'm sure somebody's going to talk about the angles and the lighting and all of that. Whatever. Regardless, it makes the whole original pile on this woman even more unnecessary. Let me bring this around to two of my favorite bits of wisdom here. One from my mother, who said, "It's not about what you say, it's how you say it." And Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." And that doesn't mean we become delicate little liberal teacups who can't handle a joke. Nobody wants that at all. Not sane people. It does mean that our words have weight, and especially when we have an audience. So what's going on here? Well, my opinion on this is that it's the independent media pressure cooker. It's not just about Megyn, it's about the machine that all of us are operating inside. Independent media is wildly competitive. Everybody is trying to stay visible, and everybody is fighting the same algorithmic beast. And what does the algorithm reward? Well, it's not wisdom, it's reaction, it's outrage, it's shock and mockery and controversy. The line that makes people comment and repost and argue and, I don't know, send it to their group chat or something. That's the game. The ugliest part is that the system doesn't care whether people love you or hate you. It only cares that they engage. So yes, someone watching this will say, "Oh, please, Elsa, you want people to engage." Yes, of course I do. I post online for a living. I'm not uploading videos into the digital abyss as a spiritual exercise in invisibility. But wanting engagement and selling your standards for engagement are two very different things. And that's the part that we have to keep checking in ourselves. If we start saying things we don't respect just because they perform well, we're not, leading culture. That sounds stupid, but whatever. We're being trained by it. Romans 12:2 tells us not to be conformed to this world. And that applies to more than politics and entertainment. It applies to the way that we speak and the way that we treat people and the way that we chase relevance and the way that we justify cruelty because it came with good analytics. Listen, I know that life is not a Hallmark movie, so here's where I land on this. Megyn Kelly is brilliant. She earned her place. She built something extraordinary, and I still respect her career tremendously. And I also think that that kind of commentary is just beneath her. And I think both can be true. We can talk about celebrity thinness, and we can talk about Ozempic culture, and we can talk about vanity and Hollywood and aging and health and the pressure that women face to stay frozen at age 27 until they qualify for Medicare. But we can do it without turning into the very culture we claim to critique. I just think that the goal should be not to get people to pile on, that the goal should be to get people to think. And for those of us in media, especially independent media, we have to ask ourselves the question that nobody wants to ask when the numbers are good. Did this serve the truth, or did it just feed the mob? That's the line in the sand, and we're all going to be tempted to cross it. But if the cost of growth is becoming cruel, maybe growth is too expensive.